This is the last time Archangel Michael says, if you make this mistake again, nothing will intervene. Open now. My child, my beloved, I don't have long to speak, and heaven has only allowed me to say this one last time. What I'm about to reveal will sound like a whisper in your soul, but it is the final attempt to reach your heart before something irreversible begins. There is a thin thread holding everything together in your life right now, and if you make the same mistake again, the one you already feel in your spirit, then nothing, not even divine intervention, will be able to step in. This message came to you because your name was just spoken in a gathering of 3 angels, and the one leading that gathering was me. I am Archangel Michael, and I stood in front of the heavens and pleaded for one more chance to speak directly to you, not to the world, not to your neighbor, not to your family, but you. And now I am doing that. But time is running out faster than you know. If you feel that gentle pressure in your chest, it's not fear. It's divine urgency. You were never supposed to see this message by accident. This message is a mirror, and what it reflects back to you will determine the next chapter of your life. My child, my beloved, before I say more, let me ask you something simple. Have you subscribed yet to the messages heaven has been sending you? Not just subscribed in the form of clicking a button. You must truly open your heart and align with the whispers from God. If you have not, this is the moment to do it right now, because this message won't appear again. What's inside this moment is sacred, and the energy moving through these words is more than just digital. It's spiritual. Go ahead, make that alignment now. Say yes with your soul, because this is not just a message. It's a divine rescue. Subscribe your spirit to the truth that is about to unfold, and you'll notice a strange peace filling you even in the middle of your storms. That peace is your signal that you're being held in the hands of something far greater than anything that has ever tried to break you. You are chosen, but this is your last invitation before silence replaces instruction. My child, my beloved, there was a night not long ago when you cried out silently in your heart. No one saw your face. No one knew the depth of what you carried, but heaven did. And I was dispatched that very hour to surround your space with divine light. But something stopped me. A decision you made that went against what you already knew inside. That moment, yes, you remember it, is the moment we almost lost the ability to protect you. God is loving, but he is also lawful. And when a soul keeps ignoring what is written inside them, even the angels have to step back. That's why I'm here. Not to scare you, but to shake you awake. Because if you take that same turn again, nothing will be allowed to intervene. The clock is ticking, and each second is a door that's closing. The next move you make must come from your divine knowing, not your human habit. Your soul remembers the truth, you just have to listen again. My child, my beloved, something happened behind the scenes this morning. A conversation was held in the unseen world about your name, and a document was opened. It contained pages of what was meant for you. Pages filled with provision, with relationships that heal instead of hurt, with abundance that surprises even the banks. It comes with peace that doesn't leave in the middle of the night, but all of it is under review right now because of the choices being repeated. There is still time to turn it around, but only if this message is honored. That's why I'm speaking to you in this moment. Not through thunder, not through fire, but through stillness. I am speaking through your phone or screen, through this message. Because heaven knew this would be the only way to reach you in time. I was sent for you. And if that doesn't stir something deep inside your soul, then you must pause and ask what has dulled your spiritual senses so deeply that even heaven's final attempt feels like just another message. My child, my beloved, don't let this moment pass you. Don't assume you'll get another one like it. There is a door closing, and it is not being shut in anger. It is being shut because delay has become dangerous. The mistake you've made before is trying to carry everything alone, trying to ignore the signs, believing that because the consequences didn't show up immediately that maybe they never will. But the consequences have already started. They are subtle delays, disconnections, the feeling that nothing is moving. That heaviness, it's not just life. It's spiritual resistance. And if you do not act now, if you do not reverse this pattern, It will grow. It will turn into something you cannot pray away later. I don't say that to frighten you, I say it to free you because the one who is hearing this right now is stronger than they know. You are more gifted than anyone has told you. But you've been sleeping through your calling, and heaven is ringing the final bell to wake you. My child, my beloved, someone in your family or circle is whispering things behind your back. Not because they hate you, but because they are afraid of your rising. They see the light on your life before you do, and that threatens their comfort. There's a secret they've been keeping, and it has everything to do with why things have been feeling stuck around you. This message is not just a warning, it is a revealing. If you lean in closely, you'll start to see the patterns, the way they look at you, the silence after your wins, the way they try to make you doubt yourself. All of this is not just coincidence, it is a spiritual setup. And if you keep excusing it, if you keep repeating the mistake of trusting the wrong voices, you'll give away the inheritance that heaven designed only for you. This is your time to step away from the noise and follow what God has already told your soul in secret. Listen now. It's all about to unfold. My child, my beloved, someone in your family or circle is whispering things behind your back, not because they hate you, but because they are afraid of your rising. They see the light on your life before you do, and that threatens their comfort. There's a secret they've been keeping, and it has everything to do with why things have been feeling stuck around you. This message is not just a warning. It is a revealing. If you lean in closely, you'll start to see the patterns, the way they look at you, the silence after your wins, the way they try to make you doubt yourself. All of this is not just coincidence. It is a spiritual setup, and if you keep excusing it, if you keep repeating the mistake of trusting the wrong voices, you'll give away the inheritance. This inheritance is what heaven designed only for you. This is your time to step away from the noise and follow what God has already told your soul in secret. Listen now. It's all about to unfold. My child, my beloved, I need you to understand that this message was not meant to comfort you. It was meant to awaken you. You've been caught in a cycle that feels familiar but is quietly dangerous. The same choices, the same people, the same silence when your spirit begs you to act differently. This is the last time heaven will allow this message to pass into your hands with such clarity, because heaven does not repeat itself without reason. When that reason is ignored, the consequences are sealed. There's someone you've been giving another chance to. Someone you've been letting back into your space even after God showed you their true face. They come with soft words, but their spirit does not carry light. Every time you welcome what heaven has already rejected, you delay the arrival of what was meant to lift you. This is the mistake we're warning you about. It's not just a person, it's a pattern. And patterns hold power over your future unless broken now. Archangel Michael does not speak twice without reason. The next silence you hear will not be confusion. It will be God stepping back to allow you to face the full consequence of your decision. My child, my beloved, I must show you something about your future. There is a day coming very soon where your name is spoken in a room of decision, a space where what you've prayed for is being weighed, not just by your desire but by your readiness. There is a miracle already approved, already packaged, already on the move, but it can only land where truth is honored. And if you are still clinging to false peace, pretending you don't know the difference between the sacred and the dangerous, you will never see the miracle arrive. This is why this message is timed for now. You've been asking why it hasn't come yet. This is why your next decision will open the door or seal it. You are being watched not to punish you but to protect you. God is not angry. He is urgent. Archangel Michael is not threatening you. He is alerting you. This is your final window before divine silence replaces divine instruction. My child, my beloved, your soul has been restless lately. You felt it in the way you wake up at night, in the strange tension before conversations, in the feeling that something is moving, but you can't explain it. That's not stress. That's your spirit trying to break through the clutter of everything around you. You're not lost. You're distracted. And distraction is the enemy's favorite tool for the chosen ones. He doesn't always come with destruction. Sometimes he comes with delay. And delay feels harmless until you realize what it cost you. I am here to break that delay with the power of this message, but only if you respond. Ignoring this message will be like locking the door just before your miracle arrives at your gate. You've been chosen, yes, but even chosen ones must choose rightly. And this is the hour you've been warned about in dreams and whispers. Heaven's clock just hit its final seconds. My child, my beloved, someone close to you is about to reveal their true heart. You will need strength to handle it. The reason this message comes with such urgency is because the person you've suspected has been playing both sides. They say they're for you, but they've swung words against you in secret. God allowed their mask to stay on until now, because the timing wasn't right to expose them. But that time is over. Within days, their actions will reveal everything. And when it happens, don't deny what you already knew. Don't fall back into the mistake of over-forgiveness when wisdom is required. Love them, yes, but do not empower them to sabotage you again. You're being given insight now so you don't have to fall later. This is the mercy of warning. And mercy like this does not come twice in the same way. I speak not just to your emotions, I speak to your destiny. It cannot rise while you keep anchoring yourself to deception. Release what God is removing, or you will be removed from the place you are being positioned to enter. My child, my beloved, the heavens have already begun preparing something that will astonish you, something so unexpected it will feel like a dream at first, but dreams must land on stable ground. The mistake you are being warned not to repeat is one of mistrust in God's timing. The last time you rushed ahead, the pain taught you a lesson. It taught you more than the moment ever gave you. This time, patience is your protection. Do not call delay what heaven calls development. God is growing something in silence right now. But if you interrupt it by forcing outcomes, you will only create replicas of what was meant to be real. Wait, listen. Act only when your spirit feels settled. This is how you reverse the mistake. This is how you prove you're ready. And when heaven sees readiness, it releases rapidly. You will not have to chase what belongs to you, but you will have to choose not to interfere again. My child, my beloved, the heavens have already begun preparing something that will astonish you. It will be something so unexpected it will feel like a dream at first. But dreams must land on stable ground. The mistake you are being warned not to repeat is one of mistrust in God's timing. The last time you rushed ahead, the pain taught you more than the moment ever gave you. This time, patience is your protection. Do not call delay what heaven calls development. God is growing something in silence right now. But if you interrupt it by forcing outcomes, you will only create replicas of what was meant to be real. Wait, listen. Act only when your spirit feels settled. This is how you reverse the mistake. This is how you prove you're ready. And when heaven sees readiness, it releases rapidly. You will not have to chase what belongs to you, but you will have to choose not to interfere again. My child, my beloved, I need you to look around at your environment, your room, your home, your digital space. There are things there that no longer reflect where you're going. That old item, that saved message, that number you keep just in case. That, just in case, is the very string tying you to the version of you that no longer exists in heaven's design. Cleanse your space, and you will see your atmosphere change. Angels do not dwell in cluttered spiritual spaces. The last time you did this, you stopped halfway. That was the mistake. This time, heaven is asking for full obedience. Remove what drains you, delete what you don't need, end what doesn't align. Your obedience will release acceleration, but hesitation will birth stagnation again. Do not say you weren't told. This is your hour. This is your last window. I am with you and my sword is drawn, but even I cannot protect you from what you invite back in. Choose light. Choose now. My child, my beloved, I am still here. The gates of mercy are still open for you, but they are not wide anymore. The space is narrowing not because God is angry, but because time is short. Time itself is responding to the decisions you've made and the silence you've allowed. There was a moment recently where you knew what to say, you knew what to do, and yet you waited, you delayed, you doubted yourself. And that delay may have seemed small to you, but in the realm of spirit it created a ripple. It is now returning to you as unnecessary weight, confusion, and missed opportunities. That is the mistake we're trying to stop you from repeating again. Delay might feel gentle, but its consequences are sharp. And this time, if you delay again, there will be no intervention. Not because heaven stopped loving you. Heaven respects your freedom. You must understand this is the last time you'll be warned in this way. If you're still reading, your soul knows this message is the last safety light before you walk into something you can't undo. My child, my beloved, listen to me as I speak, not just as a guardian, but as a witness. I am a witness to your greatness. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. In fact, you've been chosen for a level of glory so profound that darkness has tried to confuse you since you were very young. Every betrayal you've endured, every heartbreak that almost made you give up, every moment you were overlooked, it wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because your presence holds weight in the spirit realm. But now is not the time to carry pain like a badge. Now is the time to awaken to the divine authority inside you. You've walked too long with your head down. God is lifting your name into places where your feet have not yet stood. But here's the truth. If you let shame and guilt keep guiding your next steps, you will walk away from the doors He's already unlocked. Archangel Michael is not here to convince you. You already know. I'm here to remind you that your destiny requires urgency. There is no room for delay anymore. My child, my beloved, there is someone around you who has been feeding you the poison of doubt in small doses. Not outright, not aggressively, but gently, subtly. They've been causing you to second-guess your worth, your calling, your progress. They wear a friendly face but carry words. These words quietly strip away your faith. Heaven sees everything, even what happens in whispered conversations behind closed doors. And you've been ignoring that inner signal that tells you something is off. The mistake you are being warned against is continuing to allow people to speak into your life who are not anointed. They are not meant to be part of your next season. The cost is too high now. Their influence is no longer just inconvenient. It's becoming dangerous. You must separate from what's draining you. You must protect your promise like it's sacred because it is. This time, if you don't obey the pull to step away, heaven will not cover the fallout. It will no longer cover the fallout. It's your move. Choose carefully. My child, my beloved, let me take you into a moment that hasn't happened yet. There is a day coming very soon where someone important will ask you a question. It might seem casual. It might seem small, but your answer in that moment will matter. It will determine whether you unlock something that has been held up for years. That moment will come quietly. There won't be fireworks. There won't be warning signs, but your spirit will know. And the only way you'll be ready is if you've cleared out the confusion. Now, if you keep living surrounded by noise, you will miss it. If you are surrounded by the opinions of others, by fear, you will miss the significance of that moment. This is why heaven is preparing you today. Because your future doesn't just arrive. It requires alignment. If you're distracted, if you're tangled in drama, if you're still repeating the mistake of letting doubt drive you, you'll say the wrong thing in that divine moment. And what was meant for you will pass to someone else. I speak plainly now, so you cannot say you weren't told. This is the last time. This is your signal. My child, my beloved, let me take you into a moment that hasn't happened yet. There is a day coming very soon. Someone important will ask you a question. It might seem casual. It might seem small. But your answer in that moment will determine whether you unlock something that has been held up for years. That moment will come quietly. There won't be fireworks. There won't be warning signs. But your spirit will know. And the only way you'll be ready is if you've cleared out the confusion now. If you keep living surrounded by noise, by the opinions of others, by fear, you will miss the significance of that moment. This is why heaven is preparing you today. Because your future doesn't just arrive, it requires alignment. If you're distracted, if you're tangled in drama, if you're still repeating the mistake of letting doubt drive you, you'll say the wrong thing in that divine moment, and what was meant for you will pass to someone else. I speak plainly now, so you cannot say you weren't told. This is the last time. This is your signal. My child, my beloved, heaven has not forgotten your prayers. Not one tear has been wasted. But you must know this. Prayers are not just words. They are spiritual contracts. And when your words ask for miracles, but your actions allow chaos, you cancel what heaven is trying to deliver. This is what happened the last time. You prayed for breakthrough and it arrived, but you were still holding on to what heaven asked you to release. So the blessing was delayed. And now here we are again. Another divine moment, another opportunity, another warning. If you walk the same path, you will get the same outcome. But if you shift, you will prosper. If you truly release what God told you to release, you will witness acceleration like never before. The angels have already gathered around your name. The record of your obedience is being written right now. Don't think this is just another day. This is a day that shifts atmospheres. Make it count. My child, my beloved. A financial door is opening, but only if your posture matches your promise. You've been carrying old beliefs about lack, about unworthiness, about fear of increase. But God did not design you for scraps. You are not here to survive. You are here to reflect divine abundance. But abundance cannot stay where guilt lives, and your mistake has been to ask for more while still believing you deserve less. You cannot pray like a king and think like a prisoner. That mindset must break today. If you make the mistake again of shrinking, of playing small, of rejecting opportunities because you think you're not ready, you will be bypassed. And this time, the next opportunity may not come again for a very long time. Don't let fear disguise itself as humility. Stand up. Walk forward. Know who you are. The heavens are ready to release it, but they're watching how you carry yourself. This is the final test before the financial shift, my child, my beloved. What I must tell you next is going to feel deeply personal because it is. There is a specific event about to unfold in your life, and you've already sensed it in your spirit. A sudden call, an unexpected encounter, a decision someone else will make that will affect your path. You've been asking for clarity, but clarity doesn't always come. It doesn't always come through answers. Sometimes clarity arrives through exposure. And what's about to be exposed will either liberate you or wound you, depending on whether you're ready to see the truth. Heaven is not delaying this anymore. You must understand, your spirit already knows what this is about. You've been given glimpses in your dreams. You've had flashes of revelation in quiet moments. But the mistake you've made before is pretending not to know. Because knowing would require action. That action is what heaven is waiting for. And if you freeze again, if you deny the truth again, if you let comfort override calling, then not even the angels can step in. This is not to punish you. This is to prevent you from walking blindly into another trap. My child, my beloved, you were never meant to be tied to guilt and fear. And yet someone from your past keeps trying to pull you back through those exact threads. They speak as if they miss you, as if they care, but their intention is not to rebuild. It's to regain control. You already freed yourself once, and that freedom scared them more than anything else. That's why they're returning now. But their return is not a blessing. It's a test. Heaven is watching how you respond. If you entertain this again, you will suffer. If you slip into old emotional habits again, you will delay what's already on its way. Don't repeat the mistake of mistaking nostalgia for destiny. What once felt like home was actually a holding place, and now God is offering you a throne. Don't crawl back into a cage just because it's open. This time is different. If you fall for the same trap, it won't be as easy to recover. You've been warned in love, but with finality. My child, my beloved, let's talk about the thing you've been avoiding. The part of you that still believes you're disqualified because of your past. That quiet voice that whispers, maybe I missed my chance. Let me make this clear. You have not missed anything heaven has offered for you. But the mistake that blocks your blessing is not your past. It's your perception of your past. You keep judging yourself by a version of you that no longer exists. God has already forgiven you. The only one holding it over your head is you. And as long as you hold that over yourself, you'll keep lowering your hands every time heaven tries to pour into you. You must stop disqualifying what God has already redeemed. If you don't, you will push away the very love, the very opportunity, the very abundance you've been crying out for. Heaven has already written your next chapter, but you have to turn the page. My child, my beloved, let's talk about the thing you've been avoiding. The part of you that still believes you're disqualified because of your past. That quiet voice that whispers, maybe I missed my chance. Let me make this clear. You have not missed anything heaven has authored for you. But the mistake that blocks your blessing is not your past. It's your perception of your past. You keep judging yourself by a version of you that no longer exists. God has already forgiven you. The only one holding it over your head is you. And as long as you hold that over yourself, you'll keep lowering your hands. Every time heaven tries to pour into you, you must stop disqualifying what God has already redeemed. If you don't, you will push away the very love, the very opportunity, the very abundance you've been crying out for. Heaven has already written your next chapter, but you have to turn the page. My child, my beloved, the spirit realm is not neutral, it is active. And right now it's circling around you waiting for your next move. A miracle has already left the hands of heaven. It has your name. It has your soul's coordinates. It has a divine timestamp. But what you must understand is this. Even miracles obey order. If your house is not in spiritual order, the miracle cannot stay when it arrives. It will knock. But if you are still entangled in bitterness, anxiety, or confusion, you will not even hear it. That's what happened last time. The opportunity came. It waited. It hovered. But you were distracted. This time you must be prepared. Let peace be your atmosphere. Let clarity be your compass. Let obedience be your schedule. The miracle is not the question. Your readiness is, my child, my beloved. Someone has been praying for you more than you realize. A grandmother, a parent, a friend who saw your pain but didn't speak. Their prayers have been the invisible net catching you when you didn't even know you were falling. And now those prayers have reached their tipping point. Heaven is moving, not just because of your voice, but because of the legacy of voices that have cried out for you. You are covered more than you know. But the mistake is clear. The mistake to avoid now is assuming you can live without intentionality. Covered people still have to move wisely. Just because God is for you doesn't mean He will override your choices. You are still responsible, and this season will require your active participation. Grace is not permission to live passively. Grace is the power to move boldly. Use it. My child, my beloved, your body has been carrying more than stress. It's been reacting to spiritual tension, the headaches, the fatigue, the sudden heaviness. These aren't just physical, they are spiritual signals. Your spirit is screaming for alignment. You keep trying to treat spiritual symptoms with physical solutions. But what you need is not another break, not another distraction, not another escape. What you need is alignment. Realignment with the voice of God. Realignment with truth. Realignment with purpose. The mistake you've made before is thinking you can fix it, thinking you can fix spiritual misalignment with external changes. But healing won't come from changing jobs or relationships or cities. It will come from changing your inner agreements. What have you said yes to that God never approved? That's where the sickness lives. Revoke that agreement and your energy will return. You are not just tired. You are out of alignment. And this message is your realignment in disguise. My child, my beloved, I am still speaking, still pleading, still holding space open for your awakening, but not for much longer. The vibration in the heavens is changing rapidly. Timelines are shifting. Doors are closing for good. And while many are still sleeping through this spiritual hour, you are being shaken for a reason. What you are feeling lately, the internal discomfort, the sudden tears, the unexplained urgency is not weakness. It's a spiritual alarm. You are being pulled by heaven into your rightful place, but your mind is trying to drag you. It is trying to drag you back to what's familiar. This is the war now, not with others, but within yourself. And the mistake you must not make again is choosing your comfort over your calling. You've done it before. You chose quiet instead of confrontation. You chose delay instead of destiny. You chose fear instead of faith. But this time the cost is too great. You are standing at the threshold of something irreversible. Either you step into divine alignment, or you spiral into another painful lesson. The choice is yours. But I cannot make it for you. I can only warn you one final time, my child. My beloved, God has seen every injustice you endured silently. He has counted every time you were used, lied to, overlooked, and falsely blamed. You kept quiet. You forgave. You stayed when you should have walked. And because of that, heaven is preparing a public reward for what you suffered in private. But hear me now. Your reward cannot be released into the hands of someone who keeps betraying themselves. That is the mistake you've been making. Betraying your own spirit by making peace with things that are destroying your light. You think God is delaying your breakthrough, but really God is waiting for you to stop watering dead ground. There is no harvest where dishonor lives. You must let go of what has no intention of growing with you. I'm not speaking only about people. I'm speaking about habits, about excuses, about the voice in your mind that says not yet. Every time God says now, that voice is not your friend. It is a lie born from fear, and fear is the enemy of movement. This is the hour to act. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. My child, my beloved, God has seen every injustice you endured silently. He has counted every time you were used, lied to, overlooked, and falsely blamed. You kept quiet. You forgave. You stayed when you should have walked. And because of that, heaven is preparing a public reward for what you suffered in private. But hear me now. Your reward cannot be released into the hands of someone who keeps betraying themselves. That is the mistake you've been making. Betraying your own spirit by making peace with things that are destroying your light. You think God is delaying your breakthrough, but really God is waiting for you to stop watering dead ground. There is no harvest where dishonor lives. You must let go of what has no intention of growing with you. I'm not speaking only about people. I'm speaking about habits, about excuses, about the voice in your mind. That voice that says not yet. Every time God says now, that voice is not your friend. It is a lie born from fear. And fear is the enemy of movement. This is the hour to act. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, my child, my beloved, you've been hearing whispers from God in strange places. Through music, through dreams, through overheard words from strangers. These are not coincidences. These are breadcrumbs from heaven guiding you back to the divine assignment you once stepped away from. There was something you started years ago. A vision, a calling, a path that was pure. But life happened. Disappointment clouded your sight and you abandoned what was sacred to you. The mistake you made was believing that because it got hard, it must not be from God. But difficulty is not a sign of disapproval. It is often the sign that what you were building mattered. It scared the enemy. That's why it got attacked. But now you have a chance to return not to the past but to the promise. If you walk away again, if you reject the call again, it will take years to recover the momentum. I don't say this lightly. I say it because it's true. And if your spirit is burning right now, it's because you know exactly what this is about. My child, my beloved, a shift is coming to your family. Something that has been hidden will come to the surface. It may be painful, but it will also be freeing. There has been a generational cycle repeating itself, and heaven has chosen you to break it. Yes, you. You are the interruption to everything the enemy tried to build. The mistake would be thinking you're too small to do something so big. That's the lie that keeps generations bound. The belief that change is for someone else. But God chose you because your soul carries the courage they prayed for. You are the answer to someone's desperate cry in a past generation. And if you ignore this calling now, the cycle will continue in someone else you love. You're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for those who will come after you. Heaven is watching how you handle this pressure because pressure is proof of purpose. Don't fold now. You are closer than ever, my child, my beloved, sir. There is a moment coming, a divine moment when someone will ask for your forgiveness. You will not expect it. It may come from someone who caused deep pain. The mistake you must not make is confusing forgiveness with reconciliation. You can forgive without returning to what wounded you. You can bless someone from a distance. God is calling you to release the bitterness, not reopen the door. You've carried the weight long enough. It's time to set it down. The chains around your peace are not external. They are emotional, and freedom doesn't always mean justice. It means no longer needing it. If you can pass this test, if you can walk in grace, if you can walk without walking back into danger, heaven will mark this as the day your healing was completed. And when healing completes, harvest begins. The angels are already holding your reward in their hands. Don't drop it now. Don't go back. My child, my beloved, I want you to stop what you're doing right now. Listen to the stillness inside you. Beneath the worry, beneath the noise, beneath the plans, there is a voice inside you that knows the truth. That voice is not confused. That voice is not afraid. That voice is the Spirit of God placed inside you before time began. You've ignored that voice before. You've silenced it with logic, with fear, with pressure. But not this time. This time you must trust what you feel even if no one else understands it, especially if no one else understands it. The path God has for you is not voted on by others. It's not a committee decision. It is sacred and it has your name carved into it. You must walk it alone at times, yes, but you will never be alone while walking it. I will be beside you. God will go before you. But the first step must be yours. If you hesitate again, if you deny yourself again, the opportunity may pass, and it will not return the same way. This is your moment. Choose it, my child, my beloved. The moment you've been sensing in your soul, the shift, the unlocking, the divine reversal. It's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's prophecy, unfolding in real time. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. But what's been holding you back is not outside of you. It's the inner vow you made when life hurt too much. The vow that said, I'll never trust again, or I'll just handle everything myself, or maybe I don't deserve more. Those inner vows became spiritual blocks. They might have protected you once, but now they're choking your breakthrough. God is trying to place something new. He is placing it in your hands, but your fists are still closed around old pain. And if you make the mistake of carrying these vows into your next season, they will poison the blessing you prayed for. You don't need to be more ready. You need to be more willing. Willing to trust again. Willing to release the pain. Willing to let God restore what you couldn't repair. This is the moment. The atmosphere around you has already shifted. Now it's your turn to respond. My child, my beloved, the moment you've been sensing in your soul, the shift, the unlocking, the divine reversal, it's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's prophecy unfolding in real time. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. But what's been holding you back is not outside of you. It's the inner vow you made when life hurt too much. The vow that said, I'll never trust again, or I'll just handle everything myself, or maybe I don't deserve more. Those inner vows became spiritual blocks. They might have protected you once, but now they're choking your breakthrough. God is trying to place something new in your hands, but your fists are still closed around old pain. And if you make the mistake of carrying these vows into your next season, they will poison the blessing. You don't need to be more ready. You need to be more willing. Willing to trust again, willing to release the pain, willing to let God restore what you couldn't repair. This is the moment. The atmosphere around you has already shifted. Now it's your turn to respond. My child, my beloved, do not underestimate how fast things can change. When heaven is involved, things change rapidly. You've been looking at your situation through the lens of time, logic, and what's happened before. But your breakthrough does not operate under the same laws. The mistake you must avoid now is assuming that because it's been delayed, it's been denied. That is a lie. The angels have been working in silence. Papers are being moved. Conversations are happening about you. Things are aligning in the background, but what unlocks all of it is your posture. If you start doubting now, if you start speaking words of defeat again, you will slow what is already on its way. Watch your mouth in this season. Your tongue is a sword. Cut the wrong thing and you'll sever your own miracle. Speak only life. Speak only what God said. The next 24 hours carry weight. The energy you release now will echo into the result you receive. Heaven is watching. Align yourself accordingly. My child, my beloved, there's a reason people keep being drawn to you. Some with good intentions and some with hidden agendas. You carry light even when you're unaware of it. And light attracts everything. But here is what you must know. Not everyone who admires your energy was sent by God. Some were sent to distract, to confuse, to delay. You must be spiritually sharp. Now, the mistake you made before was thinking you could change people with your love. But love without discernment is dangerous. God did not assign you to fix everyone. Some people are lessons, some people are mirrors, and some are assignments. You must know the difference. Ask yourself if this connection makes you more. Is it making me more of who God says I am? Or is it draining me until I forget who I am? This is how you'll know. Protect your space. You're being elevated, and with elevation comes exposure. Everyone can't go with you. If you try to carry the wrong people into your next level, they will collapse the foundation. My child, my beloved, let me speak now to the fear you've been quietly battling. The fear that says, "What if I fail again?" I understand. You've been disappointed before. You tried and it didn't work. You opened your heart and it was mishandled. You took the leap and landed in pain. But failure is not final in the kingdom of heaven. What matters now is that you don't let the ghost of yesterday bury the promise of today. The mistake you must not make again is hesitating when heaven gives the green light. You are not who you were. You are wiser, stronger, sharper, and this time you're not doing it alone. God is with you. I, Archangel Michael, am with you. You have a shield of divine backing like never before. But the door won't open if you don't knock. The reward won't fall if you don't move. Don't let fear write your story. Fear is loud right before a major breakthrough. That's how you know you're close. Walk anyway. My child, my beloved, your finances are about to shift. But not just by accident. There is something God is asking you to do with intentionality. You've been receiving ideas, downloads, nudges to begin something, launch something, return to something. That's not random. That is divine instruction. The mistake people make is waiting for perfect conditions, but perfect conditions don't grow faith. Obedience does. If you delay again, if you keep sitting on what God told you to activate, the blessing will pass. Not as punishment, but as principle. Heaven blesses the builders. Even small steps will open large gates. Start today. Don't wait for clarity. Clarity comes after obedience. You're not building this for applause. You're building it because it's written in your soul. And what's written in your soul is already funded in the Spirit. Resources are already assigned to your yes. Move, and they will move with you. My child, my beloved, there is an anointing resting over your voice right now. Whether you speak, write, sing, pray, or simply pour truth into others, you carry sound waves that shift atmospheres. But here's the mistake many chosen ones make. They go silent. They let fear steal their sound. They let past rejection convince them to shrink. Don't do that again. You've been quiet long enough. There are people waiting for what you carry, and their deliverance is tied to your expression. Every time you silence yourself to make others comfortable, you betray the God who placed this fire in you. This is your season to rise, not in ego, but in authority. Heaven is backing your voice. Speak truth. Speak healing. Speak boldly. Even if you tremble, speak anyway. Your words are weapons, and light is released every time you use them. Don't die with your sound still in you. This is the time. This is the moment. Release it. My child, my beloved, there is an anointing resting over your voice right now. Whether you speak, write, sing, pray, or simply pour truth into others, you carry sound waves that shift atmospheres. But here's the mistake many chosen ones make. They go silent. They let fear steal their sound. They let past rejection convince them to shrink. Don't do that again. You've been quiet long enough. There are people waiting for what you carry. Their deliverance is tied to your expression. Every time you silence yourself to make others comfortable, you betray the God who placed this fire in you. This is your season to rise, not in ego, but in authority. Heaven is backing your voice. Speak truth. Speak healing. Speak boldly. Even if you tremble, speak anyway. Your words are weapons, and light is released every time you use them. Don't die with your sound still in you. This is the time. This is the moment. Release it. My child, my beloved, I am still here. Heaven has not turned away from you. But you must know this. The light you carry has always threatened darkness. That's why the resistance has been so intense. That's why the moment you start moving toward your purpose, distractions, drama, or sudden discouragement appear out of nowhere. It is not coincidence. It's warfare. But the mistake you must not make again is surrendering just because the battle becomes uncomfortable. You are not fighting alone. You have angels assigned. You have prayers in the air. You have divine backing stronger than anything trying to stop you. But heaven cannot fight for someone who refuses to stand. You must stand, even trembling. You must move, even uncertain. You must speak, even if your voice shakes. The power is already inside you. This is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you've been all along, chosen, covered, anointed. The final piece is your decision. This moment is not a coincidence. It is a divine crossroads. One more wrong turn and what was meant to be a miracle may become another lesson. My child, my beloved, look closely at what's falling apart right now. The friendships, the habits, the plans that no longer make sense. Do not panic. This is not destruction. It is divine disruption. God is removing what can't go with you. But the mistake you often make is grieving endings that were never meant to last. You keep asking why certain things didn't work out. But God is asking, why do you keep trying to resurrect what I buried? Every delay, every door that slammed, every person who walked away was part of heaven's protection, even when it broke your heart. Now you're being called to let go completely. This isn't partial release. This isn't 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in faith. This is surrender. And surrender is not weakness. It's the strongest thing you'll ever do. When you finally let go, you will see how fast heaven moves. But not until. That's the rule of alignment. Only empty hands can receive what's new. My child, my beloved, I see your exhaustion. I know you've been holding on with quiet strength, smiling when you wanted to scream, staying hopeful when your heart felt hollow. And yet here you are, still standing, still reading, still believing, even in fragments. That alone is evidence that God's hand has never left you. But now the season of survival is ending. It's time for revival. And revival requires your participation. You must stop wearing strong like armor and let healing actually enter. The mistake is thinking you always have to do it alone. But what if I told you that help is already on the way? What if I told you that there's someone God is sending who will carry you? They will support you when you're tired, speak life when you can't find the words, and hold space for the version of you that doesn't have it all together. That person exists. That season is near. But you must let yourself be seen. Stop hiding. Stop pretending. This is the season where vulnerability becomes your superpower. My child, my beloved, I know the confusion has been real. One moment you feel on fire, the next lost. That's because you've been standing in between two realms, the old season and the new one. And the spiritual space between them always feels like a storm. But here's the truth. The confusion isn't punishment, it's preparation. It means you're on the verge of something major. And the enemy wants to tire you out before it arrives. Don't let him. The mistake you must not make is mislabeling the storm as a sign you're off track. You are not off track. You are being positioned, strategically, painfully, perfectly. This chaos is camouflage. It's covering what heaven is doing beneath the surface. The shift is coming fast. Suddenly you'll wake up and it will all make sense. Until then, hold the line. Trust what God whispered when everything was still. That promise still stands. My child, my beloved, I have one more urgent message for now. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. The mistake that steals more destiny than failure is comparison. You look at others and wonder, why not me? Why not yet? But what you don't see are the hidden battles behind their blessings. What you don't see is the divine fingerprint unique to your story. Your timing is not slow. It is sacred. And what's coming for you is being customized, not copied. You don't want their version. You want yours. And yours is still being crafted in the secret place. God has hidden you for a reason, to protect you, to prepare you, to surprise the world when it's time. Don't rush it. Don't question it. Celebrate others, but stay anchored in your own lane. What's coming to your house is not a leftover. It's a signature blessing, one that no one else can claim. And it's almost ready. Amen.